Hi, you guys. This is Daily Inspirational in the car. So, it is not time to get in place, it is time to stay placed. It is not time to get in place, it is time to stay placed. So, as God continued to ring that into my ear, He said, tell my people that they need to stay in place. It ain't time to get in place. You got to make sure that you are preparation in all areas, with food, with your finances, with your love, with your time, with your spirit, with your health, with your emotions. All of these things that is concerning your life, you got to stay in place with these things so you won't get caught off guard. And mainly this word is so you won't get caught off guard. You often hear me talk about me being a prepper. My forever slogan: prepare when it makes sense, prepare when it doesn't make sense. If you stay ready, you don't have to panic to get ready. So you got to stay in place. You got to stay placed and stop trying to put things in place. God's getting ready to move you out of a place where you are stagnant, where there's a lot of bondage, where there's a lot of sadness, where there's a lot of dysfunctions, where there's a lot of different elements that is trying to come upon your life. And you say, man, I feel just discombobulated in this area. I feel like I don't belong. I feel like I'm misunderstood. I feel like I can't hold on. I feel. You got to stay in place. Oftentimes when people are not in place, they're trying to figure out their moves without God. And this is what get people in trouble. If you stay in place, if you stay ready, you don't have to panic to get ready. You already moving and shaking. Your emotion is already going on. You already got things figured out. You already got the blueprint. You already got the plan. But sometimes people want to do things their own natural way. Now when God had you do stuff, it don't make a bit of sense. He had you looking foolish around here. He have you looking real crazy. And then when things start to unfold, you be like, I see why God made me do that. I see why God told me to say that. I see why God told me to get up and just leave. It's not going to make sense. But you got to stay in place. Why do you have to stay in place? To hear the Father. The Lord's going to give you specific instructions through prayer. You got to fast and pray. You got to hear what God is saying so you can understand, okay, if God is giving me this through scripture, if God is giving me this through prayer, I need to listen to what the Lord is saying spiritually. I can't hear what social media is saying. I can't hear what my man is saying, what my woman is saying. I can't hear what my children is saying. I can't hear what my family members are saying. I got to hear what God is saying. Because people are always going to go up against you because you go up against the grain. They're going to always find a reason or a valid point that seems to be applicable to what God is saying, but it's going to be contrary and it's going to take you out of the will of God. So it's not time to get in place. It's time to stay in place. It's not time to sit there and wonder and ponder and well, I'm going to do this on my own time. And I'm going to do this when I feel comfortable. Well, I'm going to do this when things are right. Well, I'm going to do this when my finances get right. Well, I'm going to do this when I get out this drought. Well, I'm going to do this when I'm just trying to figure it out. You got to stay in place. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. You don't have time to put things in place. You got to stay put. You got to stay in place because the enemy is waiting on you. The enemy is waiting on you to slip up. I'm telling you, I ain't going to never get caught off guard. On now day. That's why people don't like me. That's why they can't stand me, because I'm always 10 steps ahead of the game. And so anytime that God is doing something for you, especially in the spiritual realm, He's going to disrupt what is going on in the natural realm. Why? because you have certain people and certain things and certain acquirements that is trying to get your attention. Now, I'm hearing repetitive. Someone somewhere is in a place where they're repeating everything over and over and over again. And the Lord said, I told you to leave that situation alone. You got to stay in place. I told you to get away from these group of people. You got to stay in place. I told you, don't worry about your bills. You got to stay in place. You don't have time to get in place. You don't have time to be ripping and running and rushing and confusing yourself because you don't know what to do. The Lord is also going to give you some downloads and a blueprint for your vision. If you are very ambitious, if you very goal oriented, the Lord is going to show you exactly what you need in the timing of what you need and how you need it. So you won't fumble where he's taking you to, which is destiny. You don't want to get yourself in a old-fashioned way, doing it traditional, doing it the way that you saw grandma doing it the way that you saw somebody else doing it. But God's going to give you your own style. Now, it's a spider crawling on my window. That's why God speaks in so many various ways. It's a spider crawling on my window. And that is why I lit my window up. And so this spider, Lord have mercy, y'all. This spider is trying to find its way in this window. And now it's closed off. Now it is shut off. It can't get to me at all. Somebody in your life is trying to trap you in a web. But you got to stay in place. You got to stay put wherever God, I'm telling you, wherever God is, whatever he's telling you to do in this hour, you don't have time to get in place, because if you so busy looking over here, looking over there, oh, I got to focus on this, I got to focus on my children, I got to focus on my marriage. If you're married, I got to focus on this, I got to focus on taking care of this business. Then the enemy is going to run circles around you. Why? Because your eyes is here, there, everywhere. And you're looking in different directions. And the Lord said, I told you to look forward. I told you to stay put. I told you to look this way. I told you to gather this way. And God is constantly telling you to keep your eyes on him. It's a scripture in the Bible. Can't recall where it comes from. But it says, look to the hills where your help comes from. So if you're always looking around you, trying to figure it out and not looking where God is, then you're going to miss the prize. You're going to miss what God has for you. You don't have time to get in place, beautiful people. You got to stay in place. So grace and peace to you all. I pray that this video encourage who it needs to encourage, uplift who it needs to uplift. There is more videos on the way. Y'all be blessed.